So I got good news. This is not as bad as the atrocious Silent Night, Deadly Night 3. Better watch out because it was an original idea, but it's still kind of bad. This movie it takes away the formula from the last three. It's not even in canon with the other ones because there's a scene in this movie where a character watches the third film in this movie, so it's not in the same universe as those. So this is like Halloween 3 Season of the Witch, where it's got the title, but it's not in canon with the other films. Which honestly, I think is a cool idea. And I haven't seen the fifth one yet of Silent Night, Deadly Night, but I feel like they were trying to do what Halloween was going to do, but Halloween quit because Michael Myers, people wanted Michael Myers back after the third film and hated it. And the Silent Night, Deadly Night films, which the first one people liked, but then the second one people hated or thought it was funny bad, and then I hated the third one, and this one I think is pretty creative though. Even though I say it's a bad movie, I think that it has some merits to it. Like the acting is immensely better than the last film. It's not amazing, but it's fine. And this story is interesting. I like that this is the fourth film in the franchise, but like Halloween 3, it took away the what was in the last couple films and just is in another universe. And I like that it's an interesting idea because this film is about a woman who finds a woman get thrown off a building on fire with no legs, no bottom half, and she tries to figure out like the mystery of it, like what's going on. And as the movie progresses, you realize that she gets dragged into this witches cult, and these witches are really just trying to get like sacrifices to kill, and it's really like it's not great, but it's interesting. Like I thought that the movie itself, I was watching it and thinking this isn't like Silent Night Deadly Night 3. I can pay attention to it. I can watch these characters. They're serviceable. The acting is serviceable. The characters are serviceable. It's weird, but it's not like terrible weird. It's just like I mean, and on IMDb it has like a 4.3 or 3.9 out of 10, and I can kind of see why it'd be that. People would say it's that bad, but to me, I thought this had some fun creativity, and I thought that these characters were serviceable, and I thought the story was serviceable, and I thought honestly it had some really creepy imagery because I'm not really a fan of seeing a lot of bugs, and this one does that with bugs. It really is gross seeing all these roaches and seeing bugs the size of a cat, like literally animal-sized roaches. Like I think that was honestly a cool idea. And they have this creature that like is the size of an arm or a hand that like it looks like a worm, and it is gross looking and engrosses me out a lot, but like there's a lot of moments where like these bugs take over these locations and it's gross and creepy, and I think that the movie does a cool job of being kind of creepy and eerie in terms of like showing a lot of bugs do a lot of gross stuff and showing bugs the size of animals, and showing like the main character whenever she hacks up that thing and you see like the whole thing happen, and it's disgusting, and I bug imagery grosses me out in horror movies. And like in Creepshow, like whenever they've got the I can't remember if it's Creepshow 1 or 2, but I think it's the first one, but with the segment with the person who is afraid of bugs, and like all the roaches like take over this whole like area. It's disgusting and grosses me out, but they do the same kind of similarity here where they use those in a way that's really creepy, and it grosses me out. And I think that it does have dumb over the top moments in this movie, but it is creepy and bizarre in a way where I don't hate it. I don't dislike it. Mostly everything is serviceable with a story that's pretty odd but kind of creative, like just showing how these witches work and this woman figuring out what's going on, and as it goes along it gets more and more disgusting. with what they do with the woman, where they literally make her hack out this big bug thing, and then like they rip it apart and drop its guts on her. Like, it is weird and so out there, but I can't say that I disliked it because it was kind of original in a way. Like, it was interesting in how this movie tried to be, even since it's a Silent Night, Deadly Night film, by only by title, not by the movie. But I think that it's interesting in how it's just kind of eerie and weird, and it's a weird, bizarre movie, and I think that it works to its benefit, especially in terms of the Silent and Deadly Night 3 and 2. Like, it works as being its own thing. I think that's cool. And I like how they did that. And I think that the reason this might be shit on a lot is just because it's not related to the other ones. Like Halloween 3 was, where like that had nothing to do with Michael Myers. I feel like this is one that is probably the reason why this is not loved. But I could see why people hate it, even if it was not related to it being not related to the Silent Night, Deadly Night films. But overall, this one was just, it wasn't great, but it was interesting. It was an interesting ride, and I think that it's something that I didn't dislike, and I think it's one that I didn't hate this. I think that it's one that I could watch again if I had to. I mean, I wouldn't just like out of interest, but I think that this is not a dreadful experience like the last one. This is just one that's silly, like silly, weird, and bizarre, with a few effective things to it. So pretty much just not great, but a little effective. Yeah, that's pretty much all I could say about this one. It's pretty much that. Thanks guys so much for watching. I'm gonna watch the fifth one soon. Never seen it before either, so I'll talk to you guys next time. Thanks.